Okay, I've got one heck of a theory lesson coming at you, and basically I will be describing the C minor 7 and the uh, the F7 flat 5, and then I will discuss, and they're very easy to make, and then I will discuss the F9. And this is this thing that I sit around sometime and I play it, not for hours, but you know, like I'll be doing a little bit. Not very good, but that was an A minor 7 right there, and we'll discuss why I say minor 7, but not right now. Okay? Okay. I'm just going to talk about it. I'm going to give in general terms. This is the 1, the C. That right there is that right there is that right there is the flat 7. That's the B flat. B flat's there. You can also see it here. And there's B, there's B flat. So 1 flat 7. It's always, anytime you want to find the flat 7 or something, you know, one day I realized that I'm going like, how did I miss this? I always say, you know, I know it for some of them, but I don't know all of them. It's really easy. I might as well just tell it to you. If I want a flat 7, I take the note, I take it down. F, E flat, flat 7, E flat to D flat, that's a flat 7. B flat, A to G, get the pattern, A flat to G, G flat, G to F, G flat to, and you just have to go down a whole tone every time you use another. So G flat to E, okay? Not worried about flat sharps or whatever. Just do it the easiest way you can. It just basically, if I want the flat 7 or something, I know that I go like C to B flat. If I wanted it from A to G, it's just the simplest thing in the world. So when you say a minor 7, that means you are actually saying that you're actually talking about the 7 is flatted, and minor is telling you that it's got a minor note in it, which the minor, as far as I know, it has to have, I'm not saying 100% because there's always some rule out there, I don't know, but C minor is going to have an E flat in it. C, D, E flat, because you flat the third, C, D, E flat, okay? So it doesn't need a 5. 5 is a G. You don't need it, but I'm going to show you we have it in this formation I'm going to use. And we'll go from there. That's the note. So you got a 1, flat 7, minor third, okay? And if I'm doing this right here, I've also got a 5. Okay, how do I have a 5? Well, watch. If this is a C, this is a G, right here. Excuse me. You know, anywhere you got a C, anywhere you got a C, just go up as long as they're tuned in fourths. That's the key thing. Got to be in tuned in fourths. Okay, and and then this right here, and then we just took right here and we basically repeated this note. So that is it. So now you watch that again, and you get confused in any kind of way. I am more than happy to explain things. Okay. Somebody explained it to me, not necessarily that, but you know, we all get things explained to us. Okay, so that right there, I could take it and I could make it like this. You can make it all kinds of ways, but this is kind of jazz players, they would make it like this. Okay, so here right here is, I'm going to go a C minor 7. Describe that to infinity. Now, and then C is going to want to go to the dominant 4, and even though it's a C minor 7, it wants to go back and forth between C minor 7 to the F7. So it's here, and this right here is not an F7, it's an F9. And then we're going to describe that, and we're going to see if we can't pull that F9 out of it, prove it. F9. Well, we're not hitting that note. So this note's got to be the F. As long as the strings, like the top 4 strings on a bass guitar and this guitar, that is a major third. It always is. If you think, if I move this over here, and you see, you can't see it all the time, but see that major third, C, E. Okay, you want to hear the G, which is the 5. You just strum that G string. You got it? So the bar is nothing but, we're just playing around with, let me find where I am. Hold on for a second. This is kind of, so I said that this is a C minor 7, and I said this right here is an F9. Now, it's not a matter of proving it to you. I just want to get you to remember it. Okay, you see these right here? This right here is a form of, this right here is related to another form of this you might have seen. Kind of like, this is a 1, this is the 3, and this is the flat 7. Wonder where I've seen that before. Kind of looks like a D position. You know, like, so it might be very close to the D, but it's not exactly, because the B string is tuned different, but it's got the feel of it. Okay, so I'm starting here, C minor 7, and I go down. So I'm going down a 4th. I know that this is a 1, I know that's a 3, and I know it's a flat 7 by our previous lesson. Okay, and then I know, okay, I know this one down here. If I know that this is a C, I'm just skipping things. If I know that this is a C, okay, let me do this. A C should be on the 8th fret. I know that this is the 5th of C, and that's always a G, and that would be 1, 3, flat 7, just basically stack 4s, and then right there, that is what? What is that note? That note is, what is that note? It looks like that note. I don't want to say the wrong note, so that is a G. Just double checking. Okay? And I want a 9th out of there. Where's that 9th? Well, it's the 5th of C, but we're making an F. So F, A, and that one right there is an E flat. I can show it to you. It's over here. E flat. F, A.
Apparently this guy takes his time.
So
it's a 9th.
It's got to be here. That's got to be the 9th. The 9th of F is a G. Just the next octave up, but you can get away with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to C minor 7 and just kind of groove this. And it just basically, this right here is that's the chord. I don't hit this one. I could go back and forth, but that's an F. So da, 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 and it's kind of island feel to it. So I go down half steps. Da, 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 good practice. Okay, now C7. Let's do it right here, almost that open area, right? Okay. Now, it's one of the last things I gotta do. Now, basically, I'm just goofing around. You go da 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 da. Or I could go da da da. You can just do any kind of crazy thing, you know. those minors you can get away with a lot. But when you get this, you just kind of I'm doing a C minor 7, and I'm doing a D9. And then, this is nothing like, it's not like it's trying to show you exactly. This is just a fun thing you can. And then when you take this right here, this is really cool, and we're going to get the crux of this. This is an F9, right? We already went. That's the 1, that's the 3, that's the flat 7, and this right here is the 9th, and that's doubling up. Excuse me, that's not the up. That's the 9th. Oh, wait a minute. Can't be. This right here, I know that's the 9th right there. Okay, and look at it this way. I was just confused just for a second. C, D. See the 9th? There's the 3rd, and that's a flat 7. So this right here is going to be the 5th down there. Okay, got confused for a second, but we're playing a C minor 7, and that's the 9th. Okay, 1, 3, flat 7, 9, and the one on the bottom is the 5. And that makes sense. I just had to think about it just for a second. This is 5. 1, 3, flat 7, 9, because remember I went C to D, and this would be F to G. Okay, and this usually is going to be a 5, wasn't? And you don't need that 5. Listen, and it just gives you an extra sound, calms the melody. Okay. Now the one other thing I want to show you is the C minor. Let's go with F7 flat 9. Okay. Remember we said the 1. We're skipping that one. And then we go, this one's flat 7. And the minor sound is here. Okay? Now, remember I said that if you flat one, you basically go down a semitone or half tone, or go down by its very next door neighbor. So this right here, if this is the 9th of F, okay? If that's the 9th of F, then that's going to be a G. Okay, so here we got a 9th, okay, and we already said that this was going to be this right here is C. So you have your 1, your major 3rd, your flat 7, and then we said this was the 9th, and then we just have a 5th right here. Okay, but we usually don't put it. We don't put it in that way. We put it in this way. So if I got a C minor 7, then that F9. But now here's really cool something. Now watch this. This is almost magic. This is kind of like you take, and it's literally, I almost do it by mistake sometimes. But watch this. So one of those cool chords is, you can't see it that well, but see this one here? It's now on these 3. But watch this. I take this and move it there, and guess what? Remember this 9th that's here? It's here now. Guess what that is? That's now a flat 9. No more mystery of where the flat 9 comes from. So now, if I want to go to C7 flat 9, I lift my hand. If I want a sharp 9, most likely it's there, just taking a guess. Yeah, that's right. This common sense goes a long way once you start seeing patterns. Most likely that's a sharp 9. Okay? That's a flat 9, because you're taking, and you got to hold this down. Okay? Here's a here's a C9. I lift this up from everything. Remember I told you didn't need that note right there. I lift this up, and I now have the root, third, flat 7, but this one right here is not there anymore. That was a ninth. Now I moved it down to here, and it's just I just kind of swivel the fingers like that, and now I have a cool chord called C7 flat 9. So I can move those back and forth. So I can go like, and I like to use that because it almost wants to go da, 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 it just da, 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 and you can play it yourself, and you'll have a lot of fun with it. You can either go down with the C9, but it doesn't have. I like it, but it's more of a dominant sound, like that. But you get that flat. You get that flat 9 in there. It has that sound right there. It wants to da, da, most likely there. Da, da, and I could do this until I run out of guitar. It always wants to. It always wants to. It's looking for a place to resolve. And since I have monopolied it all, I think what I'm going to do, just bear with me, I'm going to go get my keyboard. Just bear with me. I try to do this on almost a daily basis if I can, but I don't always get to it. I haven't done it in a long time. So, yeah, fancy, isn't it? I usually play on a bigger, okay. And I can go to a better sound, and if you run it through a sound system, it's great. Okay, now, I'm going to kind of tilt this up in the air. Very professional. Wow. Okay. It's really not important that you see the notes, but I guess it'd be more important that you see the notes. Okay. Now, I am going to show you if I go a 1, I do this. That right there is I think it's an E. I haven't done this in a long time. It is an E. Okay. This is not professional, to say the least. Okay, I am not looking. You could. It's called functional ear training, and I've got loads of. I did some, and I can do it any. All I can do is the white keys, because I can do it in other keys, but I can't prove. I cannot put the note in without knowing I'm on C sharp or F sharp. You got that? If I'm on the white keys, they all feel the same. Okay, so I'm going to go. I could tell I was on G. Sorry about that. And I was. Okay. There's 4 notes. That was F. That's the root, I think. Yeah. That was E, and that should be the E, C dyad. Okay? And I haven't done this in a long time, and I found out, and everybody I think has the ability to do this, and you can start doing it almost within a day once you start realizing the pattern. Okay, real fastly. The pattern is F, E, D, C. Everything wants to fall down to C, and D is the laziest ones, and always count. And G always wants a magnet almost drawn to C. It's like a piece of iron going to C. Okay, this one's the strongest one, and that's this one. Okay, that is a half step, kind of like, okay? That's that half step. You've heard that before on a movie. Okay, so let's say here, da 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 da. I knew I was on there because I knew I had 4 hits to go down. You try this, stay with me. I'm gonna go down here. I think that's the root. And it was. I promise you, I'm not looking. I am not looking. Promise you. This would be the biggest scam in the world. I have like a special sensor or something like that. But no, I'm gonna sell something to get, because I'm showing you such a wonderful thing. And no, I am not gonna sell this. This right here is just something I learned. And will it help you? I think so. It sharpens your ear up. That's a D. And that's C.